guys hear me okay? Ding ding. Okay, let's look around for our divergences here. This is an actual weekly trading zone here on the Russell, so we can't go short into the weekly trading zone. We don't have anything here that we can trade. We don't have anything here that we can trade. Over here on gold is the only place right now that we have anything that we can do.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, Bert. Let me give you out a second. Give you out of balls. Hold on a sec. Here we go.
Yeah, if you're in a trade, no biggies.
Nope. Not in one yet. All right, and up close here on the gold would be a long trade. It'd be a momentum long trade. 8.7 is the low. 9.1 would be the high on that. That'd also be a new high of the day, up at 9.1. Okay. Here. You know, I didn't have any problems with my data a few minutes ago. And now all of a sudden it seems like I am. All right, 8.6 up to 9.0 now. It'd be 9.0 on the gold. Now, we didn't close up, we closed down, so we got to move our trend line over a little bit. Move our trend line over a little bit. Not that much. Okay, I don't like that trend line anymore. I'm just going to draw a new one. There's our new one. Okay, let's back out the soybeans a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to go long here at 8.5 or 8.6 on the gold if I can. Okay, I'm long 8.6 on the gold. Okay, 8.6 on the gold. There's, oops, that was 3 ticks profit, not 4. It's got to get up to 9.0 right here. If it gets up to 9.0, then I'll move my stop to break even. Make sure my stop is in the right place. It is. Okay. So we're looking for close above the MA1 or 4 ticks profit, whatever happens first on this. Okay. Yeah, the Russell's down into, it's dropped below the weekly trading zone now. Pulled back up to the BBC right in the middle of the weekly trading zone. Stop should be a break even on this. Stop will be a break even on this. I looked away in it, and it hit 9.0 from my entry. Come on, get up there. All right, let's look around at other markets. Don't go against me now. I'm just going to take a 3 tick loss on this gold. My stop should have been a break even on that. All right. This up close here on the crude at 51.03 is a long trade. All right, so I just took a 3 tick loss on that gold. I should have had my stop at break even. I messed that one up. Okay, on the crude, 51.03. This up close right here is a long trade. If you got in at 51.03, it's gone 4 ticks in profit already. All right, I missed it. I got in too late, or I tried to get in too late. I missed that trade. It went 4 ticks in profit, and stop should have gone to break even. Right in there. Okay. Let me slide this off. And make sure I did that right. Okay. I messed this one up and lost 3 ticks on it. soybeans are starting to pull back. Does anybody have the next level up for the soybeans? Was it Robert? You know, I may need to restart, but I can only do that if somebody else were to take the charts. Everything was running fine a little while ago.
If you need to, I can do it.
Yeah, see, I would have had my stop at break even had I seen it. But I did not. And, you know, my data connection here is good. So, that shouldn't be it. The data connection where I was the last couple days was not so good. All right, we were testing the BBC here on the crude. We're up at 51, so 50.96. A down close at 50.96 on the crude would be a short trade. Oops, now 50.99. Now a down close at 50.99 on the crude would be a short trade. Okay. And the gold finally went up. See, I was in at 8.6 and it pulled back to 7.9. Or 7-tick pullback. Okay, no trade there on the crude. No trade on the crude. Soybeans have a long trade right here at 57.25. All right, 57.25 on the beans. Gold is starting to pull back again. Okay. The soybeans I'm in at 57.50. Okay. Make sure my stop's in the right place. I'm long 57.50 on soybeans. Okay. Now this one I messed up. All right, we want to see the soybeans, well, they want to get up here, 58.75, 59. They want to get up in that area. Then maybe up to 60. Okay. And up close, we don't have any divergence. Sorry, there'll be nothing here on the gold now. We have some pretty good divergence over here on the natural gas, but is it trending is the question. 550, no, it's not. Okay. And on the crude, there's our trend line. $51.07 is the low on this. Oops, 50. Now 51.05 up to 51.09. 51.09 would be a long trade there on the crude. All right, there it goes, 51.09. Stop to break even on that. And I'm in it at 51.09. I just got in as it started to move up. And my stop's at break even on it. And I'm out of it. All right, so the only trade we're still in right now is the soybeans. Okay. The Russell's in and out of its weekly trading zone right now. Gold doesn't have the divergence for a trade. We do have some divergence over here on the natural gas, but not too much. Okay. Crude's got to put in a higher swing here. It's got to get up above this dynamic resistance. That's what we should get there. Okay. All right. Well, we're waiting on the soybeans here. We don't have any divergence here. We do have divergence here on the natural gas, but it's not trending. Now, why do I say not? We have plenty of divergence, but it's not trending. Did I say we didn't have divergence here? I said we didn't have a trend. Okay, we got to get up above 25.50. Right now we got lower lows and lower highs, so if we're trending it, actually we got flat lows and lower highs. Okay, Shelley. And there goes the crude. That's what I wanted to see on the crude. I wanted to see it get up above the dynamic resistance there. Okay. Raphael, are you in here? You sent us an email and typed in a message the other day, yesterday, asking why we didn't respond to your email. No, it figures you're not in here. Oh, there you are. You are in here, Raphael. The email address that you have, everything keeps coming back. Everything that we've emailed to you has come back. On crude, the up close right there, 51.37, is a long trade. Okay. And it's a regular slingshot long trade because the entry is below the MA1. Okay, let's draw a trend line. The entry should have been maybe down here. Let me draw a trend line on that. Uh-oh, our soybean trade is not doing so well right now. Yeah, the entry should have been down here at 51.33 on this. Right here. On the close above. Now for those of you looking at the CFTC stuff, I know I haven't had it on there the last couple of days. Right here would have been, you could have bought the BBC right here at 51.09 for the CFTC trade. The Russell has a short right over here, 58.7. What does the black stair-step line represent? Well, for in here, hon, you want to have that on the same side of the BBC. BBC is the green line. Black stair-step and the MA1, you want to have those on the same side of the BBC for a trade, for in here. Now, if you were to become a partner, there's a bunch of other trades that use the black step line, where you could go long or short and catch a lot of the counter trend moves and stuff like that. Okay. Raphael. Here, I'll try to send you something again to exactly that. And I'll tell you, go into my sent mail, because everything that I've sent to you so far has come back. Hang on. Okay, there, I just sent it again. Oops. Yeah, hold on. Okay, so we're still in the soybean trade. We need to close above the MA1 or 4 ticks profit to move the stop to break even. I am also still in the Russell trade. Throw my stop at break even on that. I had 10 ticks profit in the thing at one point. But I'm just throwing my stop at break even on that. Actually, I'll put it at +1. And yeah, it had made it all the way down to 57.6 and I wasn't looking at it. Okay, so now I'm out of the Russell with 1. The Russell was a down close off the BBC back here. Right there. And I ended up out way over there. Alright. Still waiting on the soybeans. Nothing here on the gas because it's not trending. Crude oil is trending, but we don't have anything we can do because of the divergence there, or lack thereof. Yeah, there were 2 Russell down closes off the BBC, and I only got the first one. My charts are stuck again. There we go. I only got the first one, and then I went off to send an email. I got this one. It didn't put in a lower swing, though, so you wouldn't have taken the second one. Okay, oops, sorry, that wasn't the right one. I think it did put in a lower swing. Come on. I think this is my computer doing this, not the data connection. All right, so here we go. This was the first one. It did put in a lower swing. I wasn't watching it. Then it came back and hit it again and put in another lower swing. Then it hit it again and didn't put in a lower swing. So there were 3 of them, actually. $9.45. Well, they're updating in front of me right now. They seem to be. 955.50. The soybean trade, we needed to close up above the MA1 there to get our stop to break even. can see the DOMs are updating properly, but my charts are slow. Um, well, I can restart DT Pro. That might help. But I have that soybean trade on, and I'm going to have a crude oil trade on if this bar closes down. Uh-oh. I don't know what that is. But
Is that me? Did I do that? I'll type something to you, Mike.
what the heck? I am definitely having some problems here.
Hey, Mike.
A down close at this bar right there on crude would be a short trade at 51.33. 51.33 on the crude. Ooh, I'm trying to bring my DOM over for you.
Hey, Mike. Can you hear me?
Here. Okay. There. I just shorted 51.33 on the crude. Stop is 8 ticks away. Looking for 4 ticks profit. Stop to break even. Okay, stop to break even. Go get rid of my original stop. Lock in a tick. Yeah, it is going really slow. So from 33, we need to get down to 21 to get our goal for the day. So I'm going to put a target down there at 21. And we'll see if we can get down there. 21 is just right down here. This is where it should be going anyway. Okay, but we have 1 tick profit locked in on it right now. Now it should go straight down to here. Okay, it's 4 ticks profit locked in. And we're out with the 4 ticks. And so far, we're still in the soybean trade, so far. Oh, Bert, you talking? I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, Bert. Now talk.
No, that's okay. I just chatted to something. I think I figured it out. If you look at your text and your thing, I chatted to you.
Okay.
Kind of happened at the same time. I said, oh, okay, I might have done that.
Okay. There. All right. That's okay.
I switched to another one, so I'm on
Okay.
34.
That's all right. Oops. We are so close to stopping out on the soybean trade right now. Currently, we're -3 on gold on that mistake I made. I should have gotten out of it break even. We're +4 on crude and +1 on the Russell. So we're +2 right now, but we're about to be -8 if we stop out there. Okay, now we're -8 because the soybean trade is worth $100 a contract. Okay. So that was from there. Come on. Down to here. Okay. Is Bert's sound volume low or is it just you? I don't know. It sounded okay to me. 531 is the high on this, 527 would be the low on the natural gas. Okay, 531 is the high, 527 would be the low. Now it's trending. All right, did we have any news events today? Raphael. Did you get the email that I sent to you, Raphael? Okay. Federal budget balance this afternoon. Thanks, Keith. Okay, the natural gas pulled all the way back up to test the BBC. It's now got a high of 535, so if it has a low of 531, that would be a short trade. Okay, a down close at 531 would be a short trade there. Gold. Okay, that would be the natural gas. If it has a down close at 531 and the cycle stays red. All right, watch the gold again here. And that's it. $1207.8 is the high, and this 1207.4 would be the low. That would be a momentum short trade on the gold. A momentum short trade on down close on the gold. Okay. Now 1207.9 is the high, so 1207.5 would be the down close. Momentum short trade. And we're still waiting here. It's 9:59. It's acting like there's some big thing coming out here, but I don't think there is. Okay, no problem. I didn't include the mail in the part in the beginning, so it was my fault that it kept coming back. I didn't know I was supposed to include that. All right. Let's see. So we're still looking for the down close on the natural gas. On the crude, it's now changed to 0.4 again. Not crude. The gold is going to be changed to 0.4 again. A down close at 0.4. Okay, and there it is. Momentum short trade there on the gold. That means as soon as you get any profit in it, like right now, you should move your stop to break even. Okay. My stop is at break even. I was in at 0.3. And now my stop is gone because I was just taken out. Right there. Okay, and now on the natural gas, 0.2. Down close there at 0.2. All right. That's the spot to short it. And there it is. The crude oil put in a lower swing. Okay. Nice side order on over there. Get that off. The Russell's back inside the weekly trading zone. Huh. Because I kept sending you stuff, Raphael, but it kept coming back, and I kept taking the mail part off. Okay. So here's our natural gas. 31, stop up at 39. And now we're waiting here on the crude. There was an opportunity for a momentum short right there on crude at 51.12. I missed. But now we are looking at this right here.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing? Close that. All right. So 531 is where we're in on this natural gas. We need it to give us 4 ticks profit or a close below the MA1 to move the stop to break even. Okay. On crude oil, we need to close below the trend line because we have blue on the cycle. That's all we got. That's all we got. Okay. So we're still waiting for natural gas to move down. Crude has pulled back up to test the BBC. It's still got to close below this trend line. The soybeans stopped us out, and That momentum short on the gold moved about 7 or 8 ticks. It's pulling back now. Okay, pulling back now a little bit. And the natural gas needs to close below the MA1 or give us 4 ticks profit. It looks like the 4 ticks profit will come first. Okay, it's going to go from 31 down to 27. That's the only thing we got going right now, guys. That's the only play we have. The crude oil, the cycle's starting to go up a little too steep here, and it's going to go all the way down below this trend line anyway. The gold, we could have something here on gold. A down close on the current bar on gold would be a short trade. Okay, the high on that's 1207.4. The low is going to be 1207. 1207. One more tick here and we can move our stop to break even on the gas. Okay, I'm going to put this over here. And there it is. Stop. I'm going to put the stop at 1 tick plus 1 tick on the gas. So I'm going to lock in 3 ticks on the gas. And we'll see where that goes. All right, so we got the 3 ticks on the gas. We also got the down close on the gold, and that is a momentum trade, so stop needs to go to break even right away. Oops, that was 3 ticks on the gas, right? And we're out at break even on the gold. Okay. All right. Jim, soybeans. The soybeans, we stopped out on the soybeans earlier. They need to pull back here. Okay, it needs to pull back and give us some divergence. We don't have any there yet. Too many to trade during the day. You mean what kind of liquidity do you have? Well, there's usually around 20 to 30 on the bidder ask, the next bidder ask. So if you're figuring 1 tick slip, then, you know, usually you can just look at this and add up the 2 nearest at the bid, the two nearest at the ask. Okay, that's what I would do, Christopher.
Is this the Russell fellow I was chatting with yesterday?
Well, he's a long-time partner, but
Oh, then that's not who it was, no.
all right, on the crude, this is our trend line. Oops, and I just drew it over the bottom. I think there's a wick here. All right, that's a momentum long trade going right into dynamic resistance. Right into dynamic resistance is what I'm trying to say. Not going to take that momentum long trade going into dynamic resistance. All right, the times that I use the dynamic support and resistance are when there are momentum trades going into them. I don't want to do that. All right. Oops. Darn, I didn't mean to do that. All right. So what we have here, this down close right here is a momentum short trade on the gold. Okay. 1206.6 is a momentum short trade right there. Or I'm sorry, 1206.7. 1206.7 momentum short. As soon as you get any profit in that, stop the break even. Okay, that's what happens with the momentum trade. The risk management is different. As soon as you get any profit in it, your stop should go to break even. Okay, that's how to manage those trades. Excuse me. This up close over here at 51.23 on crude is a long trade. Okay, 51.23 on the crude. And I'm in at 51.22 on the crude. Okay, I'm long 51.22 on the crude. 51.22 right there. And here's my dom. Okay. Soybeans are starting to pull back a little further here, Jim. We still don't have the divergence we need, but they're starting to pull back a little further. On the crude, stop to break even. Actually, I'm going to lock in 4 ticks, 5 ticks, 6 ticks. And I'm flat the crude with 6 ticks profit. Okay. We didn't put in a higher swing right there. We really needed to. All right, so the Russell's stuffed inside this weekly trading zone. Just can't seem to get out of it. Currently it is 10:15 and we are -3 on gold, +10 on crude, +1 on the Russell, -8 on beans, +3 on gas. That's where we stand. Now, did we put in a higher swing? Yes, we did. Okay, so on the crude, it's starting to pull back a little bit. We do have a higher swing in place right here. All right, the body closed up above the prior candle high, right there. So that's good. Murray, could I please explain the rules for the momentum trades? The momentum trade is a trade that closes on the other side of the trend line, but it's also on the other side of the MA1, Murray. Okay, so when you enter into a momentum trade, you've already met the requirements for moving your stop to break even. The requirements being a close on the other side of the MA1 or 4 ticks profit in the trade, whichever happens first. So you've already met those requirements. So as soon as you get any profit in the trade, you just take your risk off. You don't have to wait for 4 ticks or closing on the other side of the MA1 because you're already on the other side of the MA1. Okay? And yes, that results in a lot of break-even trades, but it also results in a lot of trades that win, 1 to 4 to 10 or 20 ticks. Okay. What I was looking at here, Robert, was this. This was the swing high that we had to have a close above. This body right here closed above that swing high. Until that body closed above the swing high, we just had a wick. Okay, a wick isn't enough. You gotta have the body close above the swing high. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. It's the high is 54 1/4 now, so the down close would be at 53 1/4. That's not going to be low enough. You'll be looking down at 52 1/4. Okay, for the next bar. Sorry, I had my mic off. I didn't mean to. On crude over here, guys, we just moved down below the BBC. Okay, that's our trend line now. A down close of this bar would be a momentum short trade. It's going right in dynamic support. I'm not going to take that. But for those of you doing the CFTC thing, bang, right there. Sold the BBC 51.21. Over here, bought it at 51.20 up to 51.32. Sold it here 51.21 on down. That down close is going right in dynamic support, so I'm not gonna short it right there. But Murray, you see how this down close is below the MA1 and below the trend line at the same time? If it weren't going into dynamic support, that would have been a place to short right there. Okay. Nobody even commented on my big fat black cursor. Isn't it easier to see?
It looks normal here.
It doesn't look like the little white one?
Oh, I guess I never really paid attention. It just looks like a little black one. No,
Okay.
but I guess I hadn't
Big
paid
black
attention to the other one.
Big black one compared to my little white one. I was having trouble finding my little white one in the last couple of days. All right, so on the soybeans, we now have a high of 54.50. We're going to have a low of 53.50. Then you would be looking at 52.50 for the down close over there. Back over here on the crude, 51.17 is the high. 51.13 would be the low. All right. If we go to down close on this bar, okay, now 51.18 down to 51.14 on the crude. If we got a down close on that particular bar, it would be a short trade. Okay, it would be a short trade. All right, still the same thing, 54.50 down to 53.50. Okay, I see your comments, Bert. Tim, 1206.6. If you would have gotten short at 1206.6 instead of 1206.7 and then moving your stop to break even immediately, you would have gotten stopped out. Yeah, definitely. I said that there was a momentum short trade there at 1206.7. 1206.7 was a momentum short. And with momentum trades, you have to move your stop to break even immediately, as soon as you have profit in the trade. Tim. Okay. Back over here on the, we're still looking at 54.50 down to 53.50. 53.50 is not going to be low enough, so it's going to go from 53.50 down to 52.50 probably. We didn't end up with a short over here on the crude. We didn't follow through with the short here on the gas. And that was not doing anything either. So if we didn't stop out on that soybean trade, we would have had our goal for the day today. But because we stopped out on that soybean trade, we do not have our goal for the day right now. me a tissue. Give me a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm still not 100% from that cold I had a couple weeks ago. 53.50 is the high on this. 52.50 will be the low on the soybeans. And Tim, you run into 1206.6 if that's where the entry was correct. If you were in at 1206.6 right on the down, 1206.7 is the down close. If you got in at 1206.7, as soon as you got any profit at all, 1206.6, one tick profit, stop goes to break even. If you get in at 1206.6, then you get stopped out. Okay. If you had put a sell stop limit at 1206.6, then you definitely got stopped out on it. Crude oil just put in a higher high, you think? No, it didn't. Not higher than this one, 51.32. I don't like the way that the cycle's going flat right here at the middle, John. I'd like to see it get up above this right here. The dynamic resistance. If it closed up above 51.32, then I think we'd be going long on that. Okay. That's just my thought. Now on the soybeans, 53.75 is the high, 52.75 would be the low. So yeah, you were looking at right over here, right? This one. I mean, it would have worked if you'd have done it, if you'd have taken the long trade right here. You'd have been okay. But I'd rather see it put in the higher swing and really start trending. Shelly, yeah, if it's the right color and you have a good slope on the cycle, then yeah, you're selling the BBC. So, I mean, you don't know yet if it's going to be a wick or if it's going to be, you know, a body. But if there's strong slope and it's the right color and it hits the BBC, you'd be buying the BBC right here and right here and selling it over here. Selling it again right there. That one would have stopped you out though. Okay. Well, we got the body up there at 51.33. That's what I wanted to see on that. Oops. Sorry, I keep trying to look at my email, but I don't want to have too many things open.
All the email I've got, everything's answered.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Unless it just went straight to you then, and Rabbit.
Uh, now over here on the soybeans, we're at 54, and we would be looking at a down close at 53. Down close at 53 would be a short trade over there. The soybeans are just taking forever here today. All right, on the crude oil, 51.19 up to 51.23. Okay, up to 51.23. As long as the cycle stays blue, that would be a long trade at 51.23. Okay. No trade here on the gold. And there is the up close on crude. I'm in at 51.24. Not the gold, the crude. Did I say crude? I meant crude. All right, stop to break even. Stop to +1. It should get up above here. It should get up above 34. Okay, we're in at 24. We're not in at 24 anymore. We're out with one tick. We got an up close on the soybeans, not a down close. So on the soybeans now, we've hit the BBC. We got a high of 55.25, so a low of 54.25 would be a short trade on the soybeans. We got a high of 55.25, a low of 54.25 would be the short trade over there on the beans. Russell is inside the weekly trading zone again. Okay. We didn't put in a higher swing right here on the crude. You see that? Oops, there's a down close on the soybeans, 54.75. 54.75 is the spot over there. Okay, I didn't even notice it. Right here, this down close right here at 54.75 on the soybeans. $12.60. Well, 1260's a weekly trading zone. 59 to 60 is a zone on the Russell this week. I am short soybeans at 54.75. Let's see, currently guys, we're -3 on gold, +11 on crude, +1 on the Russell, -8 on beans, and +3 on gas. So we're up just a little bit right now. See that gold and crude just ran at the same time. Crude's starting to pull back first. All right, it's pulling back to broken resistance right here. Okay. All right, a high of 51.42 right there on the crude is a long trade. Okay, it's a momentum long trade, so as soon as you get any profit in the trade, you got to move your stop to break even. I missed it. I didn't get filled. It was right there. Okay, 51.51 up to 51.55 on the crude. That's new. That's the high of the day at 51.55. Okay, so an up close there would be another momentum long trade. Now we got to move the trend line over. Oops. Move the trend line over some. Okay, now 51.52 up to 51.56 would be another momentum long trade. Okay. And it didn't do it again. All right, the Russell is outside the zone now, so we can start looking at trades over there. Actually, there is a trade right here at 60.7 on the Russell. Okay, so crude is still going down. The Russell had a spot right there at 60.7 if you wanted to get into it. I think it's going to pull back down to the zone right here, the Russell, I think. Soybeans, we're looking for 4 ticks profit or close below the MA1 on the soybeans. Over here on the crude right now, 51.46 up to 51.50 now. That's different. Okay, we just need an up close above the trend line, 42 up to 46. Now 40, no, we're not going to get a trade over there. 40 up to 44 on the crude. It'd have to be this bar, and up close on this bar on the crude. Okay, the Russell started moving up, 60.6. Need a close above the M81 or 4 ticks profit, whichever happens first. Okay, here's the Russell. Here's the crude, and here's the soybean. Okay, stop to break even on the crude. Stop to plus 3 on the crude, 3, 4. 45 up to 48, plus 3 on the crude. I'm flat with 3 on the crude. Stop to +1 on the soybeans. Flat with +3 on the crude. I'm still waiting on the Russell. Stop to +3 on the beans. +4 on the beans. That's our goal for the day. As long as we don't stop out of this. I'm going to throw my stop at break even here on the Russell. There. Okay, stop at break even on the Russell. We're out with 4 on the beans. And stop at break even on the Russell. I'm doing the stop at break even on the Russell just to maintain the goal for the day right now. Okay, so I can go through and calculate everything. And now I'm flat on the Russell. Okay, so we got 4 on the beans. We got 3 on the crude. And we got break even on the Russell. All right, so currently, that's -4 on soybeans, -3 on gold. That's -80. Plus 140 on crude, plus 60. Yeah, we're at $100 a contract right now. And how long did that take us? 53 minutes. 12. It wasn't easy today. Okay. Now what we want to see over here on the Russell is we want to see it get up above this level right here. We want to see it get up above 61.2, a close up there. We've already gotten a close up above over here. No, Jim. I wouldn't say it's that much. Well, it depends. It depends what they are. I'll go over that at the end, though. Okay. You thought the cycle was too steep on the crude. Oh, man. I didn't even notice that, James. You were right. I was spreading myself too thin there. See, I was looking at it. I was looking at the trade from over here and waiting for it to develop and waiting for it to develop, and then I didn't even look down here to see the cycle was too steep. We didn't put in a higher swing either on the crude. With that steep cycle, we didn't put in a higher swing on the Russell. We did on the gold. We didn't put in a lower swing on the soybeans. But on the gold, that's what you're looking at. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know you didn't have audio. I'm long the Russell on the up close right here above the trend line, and I'm long the gold on the up close off the BBC. Okay, the up close off the BBC right here at 8.5. And over here, make sure I have an 8 tick stop. There, 8 tick stop. And I'm long the Russell. Okay. Sorry. Gotta keep the faith. Where do I stand on the Russell today? I'm +1 tick. +1 tick. Gold, I'm at -3. I'd really like to see the gold start moving here. It should get up, at least up here to 8.9. We can move our stop to break even. Okay. And on the Russell, we'll close above the MA1 or 4 ticks profit, whichever happens first. And there's 8.8. Need one more tick. Come on, get up there. There it is, 8.9. Stop to break even on the gold. Okay, I'm just going to lock in one little tick here because it's right at dynamic resistance. All right, on the Russell, we closed above the MA1. That's a requirement for moving the stop to break even, so as soon as I can, I will. I'm just going to take some of that risk off of there. Locking into the tick here on the gold. Now the gold's closed above the dynamic resistance, so it should get up above 9.3 right here. Okay, so we have 5 ticks locked in on the gold, 6 locked in on the gold, and we're flat the gold with 6. I have a feeling we're gonna stop out here with -6, but we'll see. See, when we got up here and closed above the MA1, we weren't quite at break even yet. So I couldn't put my stop at break even at the time. I would have tried to, but I couldn't. Right now, if we close up above the MA1 again right here, we should be golden on this Russell trade. Okay. There we go. We closed above the MA1. Come on, stay up there. It should stay above the MA1 right now. There it goes. All right, stop at break even on the Russell. It should go up above the prior swing high, 61.5 right now. It took me out first. Should still go up there though. The Kings. Do we also trade in the FX? Not currently, Cameron, but that doesn't mean we never will. You know, Gain Capital is the biggest Forex player in the world, and they are now the owners. There it goes. I knew it was going to go up there. They're now the owners of Daniels Trading. So we'll get into Forex eventually here. We got a lot of stuff going on right now. What did I take on the gold? On the gold, I took 6 ticks. Okay. Got a lot of initiatives happening right now. Raphael, when I'm in here, I only do one contract. Okay. I used to do more, but then people would try to do more with me, and a lot of times their accounts couldn't handle that. Okay. Is it possible? Yeah, of course it is. Yes, it is very possible. Oops, I keep doing that. Darn it. I gotta stop doing that. I have no idea, Bart. There are so many people I really don't know. Yes, Raphael. If you're doing it on the ES, you can do 1,000 if you want. Or a couple hundred anyway. Is the oil trending? I think it is. I think it is. It wasn't for a while in here. It was not trending for a while in here, but we just put in a lower low. And if we put in a lower high right here, then it would be. Okay, what you want to see, you see how we had dynamic support and resistance inside dynamic support and resistance. What you want to see is dynamic support below dynamic support and dynamic resistance below dynamic resistance. So if we sell off from this area right here, then you would see dynamic resistance here. You can just look at the trend line down the tops right here. So yeah, I would say that this is trending enough to trade. 51.42 is the high, 51.38 would be the low on that crude. Okay. Okay, and down closer at 51.38, that would also be a momentum trade because it would be a down close below the MA1. Okay. There it is. So as soon as you get profit in it, you move your stop to break even on that. Okay? As soon as you get profit in it. Like right now. Okay, I'm in at 37. And my stop's at break even. And you see we just started printing dynamic resistance here. So dynamic resistance below dynamic resistance, dynamic support below dynamic support. Trending. Okay, I'm flat on that one. I was going to take one tick on it, but I didn't. All right. That is it. No, it was break even, Tim. Yeah. I moved my stop to break even as soon as I had profit in it. The entry was one tick below, 38. Right here at 51.38 was the spot to get short. I was in at 51.37, and I moved my stop to break even as soon as I could. When it moved down here, I moved my stop to break even. Maria, are you in here today? Okay, there you are. Okay. What would Jerry do? All right.
Guys, we'll get caught up on the questions here in just a second.
No, we're all caught up. I think there's just one here. I was just scrolling down looking at stuff. If you place a stop at break even when it's taken out, it's -1, correct? No. It's a sell stop limit that I put there, or a buy stop limit in that case. So it's not taken out at -1. It's a limit order. Is your dynamic support and resistance levels calculated by the software? Yes, it is, Rich. And it's all our software. That is the CFSR, CFRN, the CFSR. That's what calculates those green and red dots. Okay. No lower close on oil, correct. There's no lower close on oil, so I'm not looking for another short here. That is correct, Robert. Into a position, do I always exit deliberately, or do you trail? I almost always exit with a trailing stop. Almost always. I don't put targets on my trades. I trail my stop, and it takes me out when it pulls back. Okay. Yep. Never into a swing trade. I never hold anything overnight. But I would let it ride. Okay, and you can do it on different time frames. You know, I'm using a 4-tick range chart. It's a range chart here. But you can do it on different time frames if you want to. If you don't like, this fast moving action, you could change that to another time frame. The same stuff works. It's scalable. Okay. nothing we can do over here on the Russell right now because of the way the cycle is. It's all messed up right in the middle. Nothing we can do here on the crude because we are not trending. Okay, either way. Looking around, I suppose we're not trending over here on the soybeans. We could do something here if we got it and we had some good divergence on the natural gas. And on the gold, I don't know. We'll have to see how that comes together. All right, you see how it didn't hit the BBC right there? So now this bar is going to need to close down. It's got a high of 1207.5. It'll have a low of 1207.1. Okay, so a down close there at 1207.1 on the gold would be a momentum short trade. Hans, the stop always starts out at 8 ticks. It always starts out with 8 ticks risk. I move my stop to break even after you get 4 ticks profit or a close on the other side of the MA1. This is the MA1. Okay, I always manage it the same way. If the entry happens to be on the other side of the MA1 and it's a momentum trade, then I take the risk off immediately. Okay, as soon as I can, I take the risk off. Like right now, if we get a down close here at 1207.1, that would be a momentum trade. As soon as I get any profit in that trade, I'm taking the risk off. Moving my stop to break even. Okay. We weren't trending, so I didn't want to do the oil trade. Now we're trending. Now I'll do an oil trade. Okay, now on the crude, you get a low of 49, you'll have a high of 53, so an up close at 53 on the crude. Now you get a low of 47, you'll have a high of 51. Yeah, an up close there of 51. Well, let me redraw this. Yeah, 51 won't be high enough. Okay, now we're testing the BBC, but you see we have red down here. That means we have to close above the trend line. So we got 44 up to 48. 48 is not going to be high enough. 52 would be the next level up. Okay. Okay, now 51 because we pulled back 1 tick right there. So now you'd be looking at 51 on the crude and up close at 51. Okay, you need that up close. Excuse me. Okay, now you see how it closed down here? But we've already hit the BBC, so we're not going to move our trend line anymore. Now we just need an up close. 45 up to 49 would work. Okay. Yeah, 45 up to 49 would still work. Still be okay. Nope, no trade there on the crude. No trade on the crude. Okay, and on the gold, we didn't get a down close. We got an up close. So we got to move this over. Like that. All right. Okay. So we never got the up close on the crude, and we never got the down close on the gold. Damien. Yeah, let me show you what you got to check. Click on that and do this. Make sure you check that thing right there. Okay. Hang on. Check that. Oh, crap. We got a short trade here on gold 7.4. Okay, Damien right here. Click on that. This thing right there. And then make sure you get this checked down here. And we're hopefully going to pull back a little bit here on the crude, so we're not going right into dynamic dynamic support. No divergence here on the natural gas. We didn't put in a lower swing on the soybeans. And let's see over here on the Russell, nothing. Just a big old mess over there. Okay, so gold is the only thing we have on right now, so far. All right, if anybody asked any questions that I haven't answered, can you copy them and paste them in again? Because stuff just scrolls up out of view. All right. And it would take me too long to scroll back. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of questions and comments. All right, so if we get down, well, a down close below the MA1 over here on the gold, and I'll move my stop to break even. Okay, down close below the MA1, and I'll move my stop to break even. And stop to break even. I'm actually going to lock in 4 ticks profit on the gold. And I'm going to get out with 4 ticks profit on the gold. Okay, we didn't actually hit the BBC right there. If I blow this up. Yeah, it's borderline. I'm saying we didn't hit it. I'm looking for a down close below the trend line. It'll probably go down anyway, but I'm not going to jump in that. Okay. We just got 4 ticks profit here on the gold. We don't have any divergence here on the natural gas. Okay. All right, guys, it's 11:16. We got about 10 minutes left in here. If anybody's got any questions that I haven't answered, now's the time. Ask them again, okay? All right. On the gold, it's starting to pull back again a little bit here. Okay. Crude oil didn't do what it needed to do over here. It needs to close below this trend line. Okay. We don't have any divergence here, and it would be a momentum trade going into dynamics resistance, so I wouldn't do anything with that anyway. Okay. Robert, you have to change the settings for the crude. Got to be 0.025. Those 3 settings, particularly the trigger one, it's got to be 0.025 for the crude. All right. About 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes before we wrap it up for the week. Anybody got any questions? currently we are +7 on gold, +14 on crude, +1 on the Russell, -4 on soybeans, and +3 on gas. That's where we stand. A little bit, Frank. It's still not 100%. I'm still... Ugh. I'll get to that in just a minute, Jim. You'll see. All right. This down close right here on the gold is a short trade, 1207.1. 1207.1. And I just showed it 1207.3 because I could. There that is, 1207.3. This up close right here is a long trade on the natural gas. What time is it? 11:21. I'm most afraid of getting into that natural gas trade because I don't think I'll have time to get out of it. Nothing here on the crude. Okay, I'm going to leave the natural gas trade alone. I'm going to end my day with this gold trade. Whatever this does is going to be my last trade today. All right. There it is. Now, have I shown everybody? Never mind. Let me get my spreadsheet out. Four takes profit or close below the MA1, whichever happens first. On this, oops. So today is the 10th day of April. And in soybeans, we lost 4 ticks. And in the Russell, we made 1 tick. And in gas, we made 3 ticks. And in crude oil, we made 14 ticks. And in gold, well, the jury's still out. Right now, we're +7 in gold. Okay. I can go over here and do this part anyway. Today it took me 53 minutes and 12 trades to get there. And we took a total of 5, 10, 15, 16 trades today. That would be a good thing, I think, James. No, you can't. We can allow you to, Rich, but I'd really rather not because it tends to mess up chat rooms. when people start talking back and forth. I mean, right now you're asking me questions, and I'm giving you answers. You know, if you go into other chat rooms like some of those ones in HotCom, where everybody can see everybody's questions, and everybody just logs in a bunch of crap like, oh wow, I just made 35 ticks on this, and I just made 40 ticks on that, and then everybody jumps all over that person saying, oh yeah, show me, how did you do it, and then the whole message gets lost, and you don't know who's telling the truth, who's not telling the truth, all that. So 140 plus 770 is 210. 240 minus 50 would be 190, Frank. It's either going to be 190, 110, or something above 190. Just waiting for this trade to finish out, and then we can put in our gold total. Right now, gold is plus 7 ticks. Okay, I'll minimize that, and I'll just play this trade out. Yeah, let's go here. No, you counted the -4 on beans is -40. It's actually -50. I think. I like the gravestone doji right here on broken support. I do like that. Okay, I just exited the trade. It's time to wrap it up. That's why I exited the trade. Okay, so gold, we have 70. Let's put that on there. 7. All right, so on the day, we lost 4 ticks in soybeans, we made 1 tick in the Russell, we made 3 ticks in gas, 14 ticks in crude, and 7 ticks in gold. It took us 53 minutes and 12 trades to get to our goal for the day, which is $100 a contract, and we took a total of 16 trades today. Now, this is what you're looking for. We kept asking for that. Rich, Jim. This is what you were looking for. On the month, here, let me do this, change that to a 7. On the month, we are up $2,230 per contract gross. We have taken 121 trades. If you apply an $8 commission to every trade we've taken, in the 7 days we've traded, you would be up a net profit of $1,262. If you apply a $5 commission to every trade we've taken, you would be up a net profit of $1,625. That's per contract. That gives you an average net with an $8 commission, an average daily net of $180 a contract. With a $5 commission, an average daily net of $232 a contract. Okay, your commission should be somewhere in between there. If you're paying over $8, you're getting ripped off. Our gross profit on the year so far, well, on the month is $2,230. On the year, $16,735 a contract. That's trading 1 contract, 2 hours per day. Okay, 1 contract, 2 hours per day. Our average daily gross so far this month is $318 a contract. Okay. This spreadsheet goes back over 2 years. Daily results over 2 years, all the way back to January 2nd of 2013. Okay. So that is that with the spreadsheet for today. On the month, we're break even on soybeans. We're up 860 on the Russell, 100 on natural gas, 920 on crude, and 350 on gold. Okay, that's where we stand with all this stuff. Now, I'm going to save this and minimize it and bring up this. All right. To get into the next session starts at the top of the hour. To get into that next session, that starts at the top of the hour, just go to cfrn.net. In the right-hand column, scroll down to where it says click here and click there. And scroll down again to where it says watch live now. All right. You fill out this little form, you'll be sent a link to get into the next session prior to the next session every business day for the rest of the month of April. Right. The next session is not live trading. In the next session, I do a recap of everything I did in here, all the trades I took and missed and all that stuff. That's the link for it. I just sent you all the link. I'll put it in here too. All the trades I took, all the trades I didn't take, all that stuff. Okay. RSM. What's RSM? You mean the RLM? The Russell? Yeah, I don't like the way that this is coming together over here. Yuck. All right, so that's how you get into the next session. Okay, that is how you get into the next session. Now, if you just want to take our free trial and you haven't, then go here to where it says register for a free trial. Put in your name, put in your email address, click register for a free trial. You'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link. Okay, you don't click the confirmation link, you don't get a free trial. Now, most of you have been in here all week, so this is your free trial. Whoops, sorry about that. All right, and that's it, guys. With that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Well, thanks, Butch. All right, so that gold trade that I got out of it, break even, it gave a little bit of profit in it, came back. It's still not done yet. It should get down below 6.4. All right, the soybeans had a short trade right here at 52.50. Just closing everything up here. The soybeans had a short trade at 52.50. Natural gas had a long trade at 5.38. Crude oil, nothing yet, and nothing on the Russell. Okay. All right, guys, with that, that would be great, James. Just tell me how to do it. I saw that you had done it. I should be probably able to do that for free, I imagine. All right. I do. Oh, well, that's perfect. Because I can put it out there and then put a link right on the website so they can go and look at it. Look at our spreadsheet. And then I'll never have to worry about messing it up. Okay, well, I gotta go for right now, but that's good information. And I'm sure it's probably really easy to do. I just gotta have step-by-step instructions to do it. All right. We're talking about putting something up into the cloud, guys. All right, I gotta go, guys. Thanks for coming, everybody. Hope you all made some money. If you're on the free trial and you don't know what it takes to become a partner, send me a quick email at support@cfrn.net. Just say partner info in the header.